Hi everyone, welcome to Life Tips by Ning. In today's video, I'm sharing how to analyze a Bazi chart. If your daily master is a yang water called Ren in Chinese, looking like this, born in the fall season. Because the dominant element for fall season is metal, and the relationship between metal and water is metal supports and grows water. So it's a nurturing type of energy. So like fall born young water people tend to have this trait and personality of this metal, the supporter role, which means it's an input to myself. This type of people tend to have a lot of thoughts in their head, and their quick study is very intelligent and smart. They learn things very quickly, and they more leaning towards the internal digestion, internal processing. And they tend to like philosophy, metaphysics, or something like astrology, counseling, that type of subjects. And if the metal element is not too much, it's in a balanced condition, which means it's a favorable element to show up in your chart. It actually represents people who tend to help you in life, either your people above you, like your bosses or supervisors, family members, especially those who are older than you. They tend to take care of you, which is a very good thing. But on the different side, if the quantity is too much, it might result in this person relying on others rather than relying on themselves, and they can be a little lazy or thinks too much and overthink versus turn your thoughts into action. So that's the pros and cons of this personality trait. It really depends on the dosage and amount of this metal. Like if it's in a balanced preferred stage, you're gonna see the positive traits of it. But if it's too much of it, you're gonna see the negative side of it. But in terms of how to analyze a Bazi and see what you want to show up for the remaining 6 spots in your Bazi chart, let's begin by this birth month of August, which is a yang metal type of energy for this position number 6. Yang metal is super strong. It's a very energetic and strong source to pump out water. So if you have a very strong yang metal energy, your focal point, your daily master, we're running on the assumption it's not going to be super weak, right? You have a very strong supporter here at the most influential element in your chart. So based on this assumption, your daily master is fairly strong. What else would you like to see in your chart to support you? This yang water is like a rushing river. If the source is so powerful, you actually might run into the risk of turning something valuable like a flowing water energy into a potential hazard of flood, which is a threat, right? So that's why your number one player is a young earth. Young earth is the most effective tool to control and kind of regulate the water's path so it doesn't flow everywhere and has no direction in life. This is a very important player to be seen in your chart. If a focal point is a rushing, gushing river with so much speed and strength, you need some regulation and direction in life to keep yourself in balance. So you want to see this. And yeah, Yin Fire is a really great partner for this young earth, because not only because fire supports and grows earth, it plays this role of making this preferred element stronger, so the dosage is strong to do its job. But more importantly, because Yin Fire is the most effective tool in suppressing yang metal, because fire suppresses metal. You don't want too much of a yang metal to keep on generating this powerful rushing river. You want some yang fire to keep the source at bay, keep it in the right amount of dosage and energy. So I have this element here, right? So I prevent this yang metal because fire suppresses metal. So I not only prevent metal to support more water to give push out too much energy, but also because earth grows metal. So this also is a reduction of earth's energy. So if I keep this guy at bay, I help my friend to stay strong rather than splitting some of his energy in growing more metal. So that's a very roundabout way to show the impact of this yin fire from different angles. But regardless, this is a really strong partnership to show up in your bazi to keep this strong, too much gushing river at bay and keep it more useful and direct the energy into something useful. So that's the rationale for August born young water people. You want to see this pair showing up in your bazi chart, which makes it good. In terms of September, the main energy is a yin metal. There's both, because both are metal and metal grows water. Of course, it's a supporter role, so my focal point daily master wouldn't be too weak for sure. But there's a quite a bit difference between the yin and yang type. The yang type is a big old rock. It has a lot of strength and power to generate water. Yin metal is different. The quantity is really, really small, but the purity is super high. It's like 24K gold or precious metal. It's very pure and soft. So the power and strength is nowhere near this yang metal. So in terms of supporting role, without knowing the other 6 letters, if you only compare August and September, this guy is going to be leaning towards like a strong type of daily master. This one is more balanced, a little bit strong, but not too much. Because of that, you really don't have this immediate risk of flooding river compared to August. You're more this gentle, softer flowing river that's super calm and pretty. You don't really need to introduce a lot of earth element to regulate it. It's running smoothly by itself. It doesn't need the actual extra dry earth to constrain itself. Rather, if you introduce a lot of the yang wood, it keeps this bazi in balance and it honors the original flavor of making it very delicate and pretty and this slow and calm picture. Introducing a lot of yang wood, like pretty trees or forest around this calm river. That's a very balanced picture in harmony. That's why, like, for young water who's not only just the birth month of September, but any young water that's more in a balanced state, you don't need to introduce this young earth. It's too much of a controlling energy. I don't need that. I'd rather use wood to reduce water's energy. So you form a very organic picture of gentle meadow supports and grows this gentle river, which water nourishes wood to keep itself in balance. So that's the difference between the two. The root cause is the different water source. That's why the preferred element is different. But with that said, this is not the very templated, strict answer. Let's say your birth month is September, right? Which is a yin metal. However, if position number 7, 8, and 4 are all metal and water type of element, then what would you want to see? Then, because of all those supporters, it makes this focal point a rushing, gushing river again, right? So then you want to adjust your answer to those two guys to show up in the remaining spot to regulate your water. So it really depends on your focal point and try to assess the strength of itself first before you analyze what is the best remedy to make your bazi perfect. Last but not least is the birth month of October. It's a main dry earth type of earthy branch. So this type of bazi, the best answer is how do we take advantage of this existing feature? you want to make sure your focal point is strong enough, right? So I can tolerate and take on this risk, this regulator, this restraining force in my chart. So that's why first of all, you want this fire and earth combination to keep this existing feature fairly powerful and strong. But too much of this earth will make me down and bring me to the ground and make me too small. So it's like the concept is no risk, no rewards. If the risk is high, you want to take advantage of it. And then I want to make sure me, myself, is powerful enough I can conquer and control it. The moment I can take on a high risk and conquer it, my rewards are super high. So, and then this earth element represents like your social status, your achievements in life, right? Typically, if you have a very strong suppressor type of element in your chart, and you yourself is strong enough to combat with it and win the battle, that means this person will go through quite a bit of like maybe more hardship initially, but eventually the end result is they're going to be ultra successful compared to other people. So that's kind of the path for October as the ideal best answer. You want this fire and earth combination to make this risk very high, and then you introduce this young wood. I'm strong enough to grow this wood, which suppresses earth to keep this risk at bay. And that's just the friend that will help me win. So that's what you want to see in October's Bazi chart. But this is all like based on the ancient books' theoretical answer, which they always give you the best answer, the 100% answer. But in reality, when we analyze real cases, I wouldn't say, oh, October have to see this to be a very good life. They're like plan B, plan C, or other alternative answers, maybe not as ideal, but it's just as good. So that's why like next episode, I'll share a few case studies to further illustrate this point. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.